So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the Product Red iPhone 8 Plus unboxing video. Now, I'm sure you've already seen this thing already. I'm not the first to bring this to the YouTubes or whatever, but I was actually had a chance to pick one up yesterday, but I was in line and I got impatient, so I just walked out of the store. So I picked one up this morning, and no, I'm not just adding this to have more iPhones. I'm actually going to be selling the white iPhone. I'll leave a link to where you can buy this iPhone from me down below in the description if you are in the market and you want one at a discount. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what comes in the box. And one thing I've always appreciated about Apple boxes is that they're very easy to get into the phone. You don't really have to dig through no tight casing or anything like that. Very well presented, and it's just your standard, iPhone box here, just like the white 8 Plus, but it does have a red on the front, so that's nice. You can definitely see that this is a glass phone though, by this little shiny little embroider they're putting right here on the phone right there. So let's go ahead and open this up. And you can see designed by Apple in California. What else is new? But something else is new in here. You do have the Product Red, little pamphlet right here. So we got something to read. And it says, in partnership with Red, Apple will contribute a portion of your iPhone purchase to the global fund to support the HIV and AIDS program to help deliver an AIDS-free generation. So at least if you buy this phone, it's going to something good. Now, there's an unspecified amount that Apple's going to actually contribute. So you're probably better off just donating directly to Red if you want to really support like immediately. I'll leave the link to where you can go ahead and donate down below. But you can see, welcome to iPhone. You have your little SIM card tray, and we don't have red Apple stickers. I would have liked to seen red Apple stickers. And here is the red iPhone, and you could see that it has a black front, something that a lot of people wanted for quite some time. Now, this thing definitely has a very, I would say sports car red. It's really deep red here, and it might look dark on some angles, but in certain lights, it really just pops. So let's go ahead and peel that off. You only get that once in a lifetime. The little, the little paper you pull off, or that little, whatever they call that. I don't know right now, but that thing, you know what I'm talking about. That's a once in a lifetime. But just look at that red. That is a shiny product right there. And the reason I updated is because I personally don't really like the white fronts of the iPhones anymore, because I feel like they show the bezels off a lot more. I mean, look at that. You can definitely see much more bezels on the white 8 Plus right there on the right. So I'm gonna go ahead and boot this phone up really quickly here, and it should present a black Apple startup because it does have a black face front. And I've been wanting this kind of phone to relaunch forever. When I had the iPhone 8 Plus, I used to rock these red cases all the time that would basically kind of emulate what this actually is now on its own. So it's really nice to see this, and I'm sure a lot of people used to do this combo as well. Like get a red case with your black phone here, and this is the jet black iPhone 7 Plus. This is also a Product Red case. You can get this one as well. I'll leave a link to where you can get this one as well down below. This is a Product Red case as well. So you don't just have to get the iPhone 8 Plus for it to be, to support the Product Red. They have other products like Beats headphones. You can also get, some other things like the folio case for the iPhone 10. If you did get an iPhone 10, you're like, come on, Apple, why'd you do this to me? I would have bought that red 8 Plus if you would have launched that on day one. The rest of the box just showcases some headphones. You do have your typical Lightning port and not a fast charger once again, but at least they kept the price the same. They didn't jump the price here on the 8 Plus just because they changed colors. That's a nice thing. At least they did that. So you can see on the sides, you do have aluminum red right here, which is really nice to see. It's a really good match. And then the glass definitely doesn't really match fully with this red on the aluminum. So the aluminum is just slightly different, but it's a little darker on the glass than it is on the aluminum, but it's close enough that it matches really nicely. And then there's a little detail I noticed about this red iPhone. On the actual Apple logo, they kind of matched it up with the little screws down here and the charging port. So that's a nice touch as well. If that was black, it could have matched the front, but at the same time, it really looks nice that they did this in silver, and then they did this at the bottom in silver. You still have no headphone jack, and you still have wireless charging. The Product Red logo looks very clean there under the iPhone. No FCC branding or anything like that, but in certain countries, there might be some other writing at the bottom depending on regulations for where you're at. Really, you can just see how that red changes depending on the lighting you're looking at. Like if I bring it down here, it looks a little bit more dark. If I bring it in the right light, It's definitely more punchy of a red. So I think in sunlight, this thing is just gonna glimmer and shine a lot. But the most I could really, talk about this when I compare it with reds is it's kind of like one of those cars, one of those really sporty red cars that, you just polished it and it's all shiny. That's basically the color red that I'm seeing here on this 8 Plus. Other than that, you still get your 1080p display here, and you basically still have Touch ID, so it's still not ahead of the iPhone 10 when it comes to design. I know a lot of people wanted to see this one in red, but I don't know how many people would actually just go buy another $1,000 phone, so I don't know if it really matters that they didn't bring it in red. I would have liked to seen it at launch in red, but this whole thing about bringing a phone 6 months later in a different color, I know they got to do that because Samsung just came out with the S9 Plus and just rocked the world with some nice colors here with this coral blue and that lilac purple. So they had to do something. But at the same time, launch these colors at launch so everybody can choose what they really want from the start. And that's it. I don't want to go on and on too much further about this video. If you guys want to see anything more on the product red, drop it down below. This is going to be replacing my white 8 Plus. So if we do any 8 Plus based content, you're going to see it in red now. And thank you all very much for watching. Also, if you haven't checked out the giveaway on the iPad and Apple Pencil, I did it yesterday. Check out my recent video before this one. You can go ahead and enter that giveaway. It's going for 14 days. Further, you're giving away an Apple Pencil and a 2018 iPad. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button for me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well. I'll catch you all in the next one, and peace.